Welcome back to Sea Glass Archaeology, everybody. It's a beautiful spring afternoon and I'm out on the shorelines with Trixie, and I just made a really great discovery that I want to share with you. So you take a look right over here. It's a beautiful, nice piece of dark orange glass, and it's got some unique patterns on it, and I just think that it's so great and ironic that I found it, because a piece like this probably originated from an old lens covering or a headlamp. And now what makes that ironic is the fact that I actually just came back from taking a driving lesson. Believe it or not, everybody, you can teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm going to try my best to get a driver's license so I can get out there and see more beaches, be a better father to my children. It's been extremely difficult to get down to my favorite beach for almost a year and a half now. Every day I walk by here, yesterday I walked by here, it was nothing but sand. Today, there's a lot of pebbles. You can see them behind me. There are a lot of large pebbles. And take a look what was hiding right at the high tide mark. It's a beautiful turquoise blue, almost cat's eye sea marble. I'm so happy that I'm actually able to get down here and make this awesome discovery. Okay, everybody, take a look at what I just found right over here. I've been looking for about 20 minutes since I found that marble, and I haven't found anything cool at all. But this is a beautiful piece. It's cornflower blue. It's got a little bit of an edging and it's got a curve to it. So without a doubt, this would have been from a smaller milk of magnesia bottle. It's wild because I really did spend 20 minutes just tearing up the beach right behind me. Here, I'll show you. You can see right behind me that I really did tear up that beach to shreds, and I didn't find anything special at all. And then I came right over to the next little set of rocks in this little pile right here, and it was sitting right on the surface. And it really just goes to show how random the shoreline can be. Sometimes I can find a piece that's down low, and sometimes it's going to be on top. I'm thinking maybe this one made its way to the top because it has this little edge, so it just kept catching all the rocks and turning with it. I'm going to keep looking here, everyone. And Trixie just found a really nice piece of sea glass right over here. It's almost as large as that piece of blue that I just found. It's got a little bottle bottom to it as well. And then check it out right over here. This is nuts. Here is another piece of a bottle bottom, and it's a very dark piece of green sea glass. We can see that this would have been the inside. And then we can see right over here, there's a little bit of an older style mold marking as well. And Trixie definitely doesn't want me to be here on the shoreline looking for all these tiny treasures, but she doesn't seem to realize it's what I do for a living. Now take a look at what I just recovered amidst all these large rocks, everyone. It's an absolutely beautiful pendant-sized Kelly green teardrop. It looks like it's super frosty. It's got a nice little ding on it, but you can see that it's over an inch long, and it's just been aged for probably 70, 80 years. You can also kind of consider that this piece might be the bottom of a bottle because it has this perfect little curvature right over here on this side. Okay, everybody, so I just made my favorite find of the day by long and far. Take a look at this absolutely spectacular antique sea marble with these really, really unique swirls and patterns. It almost looks like there's an individual, like a clown right over there. But a piece like this might actually be something like an old Ravenswood marble that was made before World War II. It is so much different than 99% of the marbles that you see out there. So maybe I might have to post this one on a marble identification group and see what the experts say. Take a look, everybody. There's a hidden piece of sea glass amidst all of the rocks. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm about to pick it up before the waves get it. It looks like I waited a second too long. It's a super perfect piece of light gray sea glass. It's a teardrop as well. Almost looks a lot like that piece of green that I found not too long ago. And without a doubt, this has origins as the screen from an old television. But I'd have to hypothesize it's not too old because it's a much lighter gray than the ones that I'm used to seeing from older floor model TVs. Take a look at this, everybody. There's tens of thousands of pounds of rock that recently dislodged from the shoreline and it collapsed on the beach. Now, I just wanted to remind everybody that no matter how much adventure is calling you and you want to get around that corner, sometimes it's just not worth risking your life. And now it's time for me to stop the camera before my dog Trixie gets too close. I've been really busy trying to get everything ready for the upcoming cruise ship season, which is now 7 days away. But I still have made some great discoveries, and even the kids and I, we had a really nice bottle dig in the backyard when we had a friend over, so I'm going to share some of those videos with you here as well of what I've been up to. But you can see right now that my good dog Trixie, she definitely wants to get on with the walk, and I don't want her giving me puppy kisses because she's been eating a lot of things off the beach, and as you know, the beach isn't filled with the kind of things you'd find in a grocery store. So check out these clips, everyone. It's a beautiful spring day. The boys had a sleepover, and now all they want to do is go look for bottles. So here we are. It's the bottle dig revisited. Mikey already came across this beautiful Coca-Cola bottle, which is completely intact. And it's kind of wild because I dug the hole about 20 inches down, and he tried to widen it, and he found this one within 6 inches from the surface. So let's go see what else we find. I was just doing a lot of digging. Look towards your right, Brian, the other side. Okay, here, I can see it, everybody. Hold on. You're gonna, okay, come to my side. And you're gonna, no, it's right there. There's blue, Bryden. There's blue. Right, stop moving, Mike. There's blue. Let Bryden find it.
I see two.
And there's another bottle. I've been digging this hole for a long time, everybody. What is it? It is. It's an intact Noxzema bottle, everybody. Check it out. Oh, and Mike. Are you kidding me, Mike? Is that blue? Nope. Oh, it's white. So Mike just found a crazy cold cream bottle. I love it. It's got the milk glass. And Bryden found a paneled Noxzema bottle. And as I talk about, the paneled ones were made before 1936. So this bottle over here, Bryden, is at least 85 years old, we could say. It's a great piece. And that means we're finally hitting something. So we're definitely starting to find the bottles now, everybody. It's actually pretty wild, because the kids are in the hole. Bryden's back. Mike, come take a look at this. I threw a scoop out, and look what I didn't even notice. There's a bottle sitting right here.
Hey, Bryden.
It's okay, let him find that one. Okay, Bryden's gonna find this one. Mike, this is nuts. I can't believe they're starting to come out. It's a 26 ouncer. Yeah, don't be drinking it now, Bryden. Holy cow. Take a look, everybody. It's a 26 ounce wine bottle. And this is the one that we dug already, I think 5 or 6 of these out of a few years ago. So that's a great find. Let's go put it with the collection. So this bottle just fell right out of the hole as I was digging, and it's a Menards liniment bottle. The kids are hard at it. You can see we made the hole big enough for 2. And take a look at this beautiful piece right over here, everybody. I'm almost 100% sure that this is a piece of lead crystal. So there's a good chance that this had some sort of a fancy perfume in it. I don't think it was nail polished, because it's way too ornate to be nail polish. There's no markings on the bottom either. It's a nice little find. There you go. When I hold it on the side, I can almost see the prism of light refracting, and that's what tells me that this is actually a piece of lead crystal. It's a great little find. Mike just pulled out an old headlight, an old General Electric headlight from an old Ford.
That's a headlight.
That's crazy, Mike. This is from an old Ford, like a 1920s, 1930s Ford, quite possibly. And obviously I have one of these intact in my collection. But it's just wild to think that a car would have just been out of commission, or maybe I guess the headlamp broke, so they just threw it in this pile, because that's what people did before there was rubbish collection. This hole is really getting big. I heard that, Mike.
Oh my God.
Did I just hear that? Mike just found another one? Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's got the cheat code. He's got a Javex bottle. Oh my gosh, Mike. That's a Javex bottle. That's a 16 ounce bleach bottle for sure. You'd use that for cleaning clothes. You do not want to open that one up though, Bryden, for sure, because it has bleach in it. So I got in the hole, everybody, and I want to try and dig around. And right away, Bryden and Mikey saw the bottle. Show it to me right here. What does it say, Bryden?
It says Carter's.
Yeah, and it's a Carter's, which means that it's a Carter's inkwell. And as we know, these stopped being used around 1930 when fountain pens became very popular. So it just goes to show that once in a while you can find a neat little clear bottle, and you can get a date on it. This has to be before 1930, Mike, as I was saying. So we started using the pens that you know about now around 1930. And before that, you'd have to actually use what was known as a quill.
Like a feather.
Yeah, like a feather, and more commonly ones. Yeah, you'd have like more modern ones too. But it's true, and you dip it in. This is your ink refill. Okay, so let's put this away and let's keep doing this. So I just got out of the hole, everybody. You can see the kids are right back in there, and they're doing what kids love to do. And we came across this really neat little piece. You can see it right over here. It doesn't look like much, but it's a submarine, and it's the kind of submarine that you put baking soda in, and you'd get this out of a cereal box. So this was like a really common toy. If you're old enough, you definitely remember it. But that hole is getting really, really deep. I think the bottle count might be 13 right now. There's not too many amazing bottles. A lot of them are clear. But it's just nice to give the kids such a nice positive afternoon. They're gonna sleep well tonight. So am I. So the kids just left, everybody. We're done digging for the day. The shovels have been put down. There's some good bottles behind me right over there. I think we found 13 or 14 bottles and a few neat little finds as well. I know they're gonna come back to this hole. Thanks for watching, everybody. It was a great day. And here we are, everybody. There she comes. It's the first cruise ship of the 2023 season. I am so excited to meet all the kind, happy people that are coming in off of it. You can see it's only a few hundred meters away, but it's actually gonna take probably about 30 to 40 minutes for it to be sitting dockside right behind me right here. You can see all the longshoremen are getting ready. Thank you all for your service. If you're watching this video, everybody, and keeping Cape Breton safe. Let's have a great year. Here I am at the bus stop, everybody. I just hauled all my stuff because I'm going into my shop, and I really gotta say, this isn't working. I gotta do something to change this equation. I'm just so tired. I'm sitting at the bus stop like I've always been doing, waiting for the bus to go home. But one thing's different. I'm coming back from the Nova Scotia Registry, which is like the DMV in Canada, and I just got my driver's license. I could not be happier right now. This means that I'm gonna be able to provide for my children so much better than I already do. I'm gonna be able to go to more beaches that I've always wanted to go and explore and share all my great adventures with you. It's a great day, everyone. Here I am, everyone. I know. I'm at an ECPW event with my kids, and you never know what's gonna happen in my life. We got Xavier over here having a good time. Here we are, everybody. There was a nice little pool of warm water, so I decided we should just dig down, and I built the kids a little bit of a hot tub over here. Although I'm gonna call it a warm tub because it's still only a few degrees above freezing, but this is what you do in Canada, I guess.